All right. So this one definitely is a hard one to really understand what's happening. Um, I can't really fathom how the JFF is approaching this one, and I definitely don't. I understand the situation surrounding Paul Hall. I understand how Paul Hall approached the situation, and I also understand what the JFF is looking at. But in all aspect, is this the right decision by the JFF? Here, what people, as it stands, there's a lot of things happening. There's a lot of things happening surrounding Paul Hall. A lot of things. But we're going to get into that. We're going to get into some of the details. I would really appreciate it if you guys smash that like button and most definitely hit that subscribe button. What is the situation with Paul Hall? Let's get into it. Now, we can clearly remember when Paul Hall came out openly, stand with the players in regards to the resignation of Dalton Wint. Now, for those who don't know, Dalton Wint is one of the persons who appointed Paul Hall. Now, yes, it's JFF, it's the whole entire body. Now, in any workplace you work, once you openly show dissent towards your employee, they will more than likely try to remove you. More than likely. As it stands, for some time now actually, the JFF are looking for a replacement for Paul Hall. Why is that? As I said earlier, we can clearly remember when Paul Hall stand or sided with the players in regards to the resignation of Dalton Wint, and we understand that since then, at that particular time, that's when the JFF realized, hey, we cannot continue with this guy because he's not seeing our vision. He's not looking the direction that we're looking. But Paul Hall cannot see the JFF vision because Paul Hall vision is totally different from the JFF own. Now, let's understand each individual vision first. Football is a business. The JFF is running the football as if the football in Jamaica as if it's their own personal business, rather than the concept of the football for everyone in the country. But it's more so of a beneficial factor to the individuals within JFF rather than the beneficial factors of the entirety of football in Jamaica, such as football players, grassroots football, the regular girls, all of these things. No, that is the vision of the JFF. It's more of an individual or a personal thing. The vision of Paul Hall. Now, as you can see, for most who know, even the persons that who have been on the recent coaching courses, Paul Hall has a vision for football in Jamaica. If Paul Hall only cared about the reggae boys, people would say, okay, that's just another reggae boys coach. But people are now realizing that Paul Hall vision is actually at the pinnacle of making Jamaica football better. Not just the reggae boys. Not just getting the reggae boys to play better football, but making from the grassroots level of football in Jamaica better, so that the country can produce better quality player over a time period. He did mention the 10-year plan. He did mention that. So I am now checking if you guys are with me in regards to Paul Hall's vision and the JFF vision. JFF vision, more independent, more personnel driven. Paul Hall is a wider driven concept of how we can make football in Jamaica better. Now let's look at this now. It should have been role reverse, such as the JFF is considering the betterment of football for the entirety of the country, producing better football at every single level. No, it is, and it would have been, and that should have been Paul Hall's vision to just making the Reggae Boys play better football and achieve more with the Reggae Boys only and itself. So basically bolstering his CV. So hopefully you guys are correlating what I'm saying. The JFF plan, ideal, and Paul Hall ideal. Now let's look at it now. In both aspects, two parties can coincide. Paul Hall can be within the job, can be in the job, I should have said, and bred better players throughout the system or what he wants to implement. Whilst in the same time, there's more finances coming inside of the country from the footballing project from what Paul Hall is trying to embed into the system of Jamaica. And that is a win-win for both parties. But because of ego and the ideology of want it all, both of them cannot coincide. Now, that is the reason why the JFF at this point in time is looking for a replacement for Paul Hall. Now, it would be better if Paul Hall and the JFF work together, but since that Dalton Wynn incident, I highly doubt it will. Now let's look at this now. People might say Paul Hall should stuck it out and try work things out with the JFF. And also people might say that the JFF should suck it out and try work out things with Paul Hall. Easier said than done. Very much easier said than done. The case is now, how can the JFF move forward, and how will and what is your aim, what is your plan? Because at this time, Paul Hall is not in their plans. Who are they looking at? No idea. Just names being mentioned. I can't even call the names because there's no hard hitting information on that. But the question that I would want to ask is, do you believe that Paul Hall should still try and stuck it out to hold on to the position, the position of interim or even head coach? For me, as an individual, because of Paul Hall's vision, I would love for that to happen. But as a man that he is, of discipline and order, within the organization of JFF, there's none of that. I highly doubt Paul Hall will, in himself, want to remain in a situation like that, despite he wants to make Jamaican football better. So, hopefully you guys have seen what I'm saying. It's not an easy decision. All the situation, everything that's surrounding the JFF and Paul Hall, it is very complicated. Very much complicated. Paul Hall was working without a contract, so he's not getting paid. So basically doing free labor. Free labor. So the issue is, Paul Hall is not basically running down the money. It's not about the money for Paul Hall. It's about what he wants to do for his country. And one thing standing in the way between we having better footballers, we having a better program, is the JFF. They are really stopping many improvements on which the country can make a leap forward in the footballing aspect. And they should be the one implementing things or formulating ideas to make Jamaican football better. But because of personalities, egos, the whole issue of want it all, what can I get, how can I get that? These are the main cause or the causation of why we're in this dilemma right now. And it's not now, it's not yesterday, it has been happening for years. Now, there's a reason why the enough for enough banner came out in the match. There's a reason why I think it came out in the Suriname game. In the Mexico game, the enough banner came out. The JDF admin out banner came out. The fans are showing their intent or their discontent on what is happening. The fans are upset, the fans are frustrated, they are really tired with the lackadaisical idea, well, lackadaisical approach to football in Jamaica. We have no identity, not in the football aspect, just no identity in what we want to do in Jamaica. How do we see football in Jamaica in the next 10 years? What is the progress to all of these things? The general reggae boy fan is very much upset about. And things will continue to happen until we start seeing change. As a fan, I'm very upset with what's happening. I have high respect for Paul Hall. I wish Paul Hall would remain in the position. I wish Paul Hall would just tough it out and said, okay, I will still take up the job. But that won't happen because Paul Hall is a man of standard and he will not stick around and see things going wrong and join that party. And he's not a yes man. He was there in the initial stages until he went in the hot seat. He realized what's happening. Now, what role does the players play in all of this? Not many know. Not many of the players are willing to sacrifice their position in the team for that. Not many players. But at some point in time, the players most definitely have to take a stand, just like what they did in Suriname. That enough is enough. We need change. Because if it don't start from the top, things will never get better. And that is how we can move forward. But as it stands, JFF are looking to replace Paul Hall at this present moment. And they're not looking to continue with Paul Hall. Paul Hall he wants the job, he wants to remain in the position, but as it stands, he would understand and he will see it fit to walk away because of the situation. And how many good coaches will we lose because of politics? How many? JFF, what are you going to do about it? When will you address these issues in football in Jamaica? When will you fix up so that we can have a better program running? Football is a business, we all know that. But guess what? If you start doing better and you start winning, that business will be booming. But if there's always negativity around your business, you will always be scraping for the scraps. It's just unfortunate. Until next time, people, make sure you hit the like button, make sure you hit the subscribe button as well, people. See you guys again. We're out.